Welcome to the CEO blog here at Harness Racing New South Wales. John, the first one for 2020.
2020, here it is. Next thing we'll be talking about 2021, but during the year we'll have so much happening here in Harness Racing in New South Wales and across Australia.
It's been a busy start to the year and a busy end to last year with the Carnival of Cups.
Yeah, certainly the Carnival of Cups. The last of them basically was Maitland, and it was a great event. Great crowd. That little track just drags all the locals in. It's got a lot of tradition. 57th running of the intercity pace, so it was a great meeting. We also had that same night Parks. Now, it was a little bit more subdued due to the fact that we're in such intense drought. We've been in intense drought for so long, hot weather, so that was it. But we kicked straight back into the next day into Leeton's Carnival Cups, and whilst it was a hot night, it went over very well also.
Focusing on those Carnival of Cups, Trevor Monday, Cameron Hart win the intercity pace.
Yeah, Bennelong Valley. They were really happy. Tukey was on the track. He was, I'm not sure whether he's an owner, trainer. No, he can't be the trainer.
He's just the media manager.
He's the media manager on the night. Yeah. But no, it was a great win, and it's what that race is all about. As I said, 57th running, and just another great winner.
They made Trev drive home too.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they made him drive home. Parks also, Bruce Harpley and Rubies for Tash, scintillating.
Yeah, Rubies for Tash. It's good that Bruce is travelling with this mare. He took it to Dubbo for the Red Ochre, ran second. Nice $10,000 hopped into the prize money pool there. But he'll move around, and it is good that the trainers will move from area to area.
Big night too at Leeton. Brooke McPherson won the Lady Drivers.
Yeah, Crichton Park Lady Drivers and Rod and Julie Smith through their Crichton Park investments and farms. They run these races all over the state mainly for the female drivers. Very successful. On occasions it's 50-50, but no, it's and great prizes. Everyone wants to be in these races. Rod and Julie certainly don't miss out with the rewards there to those who compete.
Outside the Lady Drivers race, a couple of locals made life members too.
Yeah, Colin Thomas, he's well known as a breeder, owner, trainer. A lot of good young horses, speedy horses, so he was there and deserved that. But Elaine Sullivan, she also was given life membership. Elaine's been a former treasurer of the club and the canteen manager, and I don't know which is the most important person on a race track, canteen manager or the treasurer, but well done to both of them.
We'll go the canteen manager. Plenty of weekly highlights. Robbie Morris driving 2 for Grant Dixon. He loves a little sneak attack up there.
Yes, he does. And one in particular, Paternity Suit, is owned by Barry and Chris McCall. Barry used to be our youth development officer. First winner at Menangle, he was just over the moon. It was disappointing that he and Chris couldn't be there, but he sent that horse to Queensland, to Grant Dixon. I always pestered him and said should stay in New South Wales. He brought him back and got the reward, so that was really good.
Also, Damien Wilson, what an end of the year for him at Albury.
5 wins. He trained 2 of those as well from the 8. So Victorian, we love them coming and competing. Doesn't really worry us if they take our money away, but it was great to see him. 5 wins, that's an achievement.
That was the early fireworks display with the late ones later on. Tamora, race number 7. Do you like seeing this sort of thing?
Well, what it is I got straight onto the text. When one comes down the outside like that, like it did, you have to swab it, and I'm sure they certainly swabbed it. Couldn't see it in the stewards' report though. That was the only problem.
Kept the undies on, so that was good. I think that's good stuff like that.
Well, it was a hot night, so they could have been his swimmers.
Any way to keep cool. Now, quick quiz: how many races has Menangle had?
Almost too many to count, but in 6 days, 32 races. That's a fair effort. We've been trying to catch up with these races we've lost, so it was 11. Menangle, of course, on the Saturday, too hot, so we put it on to the Monday. 11, and we've got 10 this week. And how good is the racing? The Simpson Sprint was a wonderful race. The Wraith Memorial is going to be just as good. So whilst the Queenslanders took out the Simpson, they're a good chance of also taking out the Wraith Memorial.
So outside Menangle, we've got some new policies coming in too. resultant of a feedback from that survey?
Yeah, the racing survey. It's good to be able to find a couple of subjects where we can go out and ask the participants. A lot of people talk to us, but they're individuals. So when we took it out, the two were about the outside draw horses at Goulburn, Bathurst and Wagga. People thought that the outside draw horses, being on the second row, 9 and 10, had an advantage. So we went out with a survey and it came back that they should be out in 7 or 8, 6, 7 or 8, wherever they are. So that's where the outside draw horses will go on those 3 tracks. Clearly only those 3 tracks. And then when we get to the emergencies, we don't have a lot of emergencies, and maybe there's another little look at this one, but the emergencies will be drawn on the outside of the field as far as numbers are concerned, and they'll take the position of the withdrawn horse. As I said, there's a little bit more work to be done with that one, but that is as a consequence of that situation at Eugowra, where we had 4 off the front and 6 off the second row. We're just trying to make it a little bit more safer.
It sounds like the outside draw one, the survey was fairly unanimous that needed to happen.
It certainly did. It was very strong there. The other one had quite a few comments as to whether it's the greyhound method, draw them on the outside and drop them into wherever. As I said, there's a little bit more work to be done there.
Okay, like the greyhound method, 2 come out. Is it a case of the first emergency will go into the first scratching, just like they do on the greyhounds?
Absolutely, yeah.
Some sad news. That was a silly question at the end of the day, anyway. Some sad news to finish on Bill Young.
Yeah, Bill Young. Well, only the older people would know Bill, but he's got a lot of younger friends. Bill, he was a prominent breeder, owner, trainer, in the what people call the halcyon days. So to the family and friends of Bill, he's passed away, and now this is Bill Young, not Bill Young, the former director of the Principal Club. This is another Bill from out round Riverstone. He's moved up to the Hunter Valley in recent times, so our condolences. Sad passing.
Absolutely. So, sad note to finish on, and I'd just like to echo those comments on the passing of Bill, and we'll talk to you again next week, John.
Certainly, Mark.